What's up? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. My name is Sylvain. Welcome to my studio. Today, I got a really exciting video for you guys. We're really looking forward to this one. I'm sure you guys played Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, amazing game, beautiful game. How did they make it that pretty? It blows me away. And every time I'm playing the game, I'm thinking, man, I got to make a painting of this thing. This is just the most pretty landscape. And so that's what we're going to do today. Let's just get right into it and let's go into step one. All right, despite what you might think, step one doesn't actually start here. We're actually going to go take a look at some reference material first. So let's hop in the game and actually figure out what's the best angle of these locations. Another thing a lot of people don't realize is that there's actually a lot more homework before doing a very detailed, very enhanced drawing or painting. You'll notice that a lot of people, they might hop right into doing something, but you need to do your homework to know what are the proportions doing, how should I be measuring things. These are really important, crucial things that a lot of people overlook and they want to just jump right into the drawing. We're gonna hang off on doing this just yet. Let's go take a look at the game first. Hey guys, it's narrator Sil here. We're in the game here, and yeah, no, that's not right. We need to get daytime here. This is not gonna work. Yeah, let's quickly run over these wolves real quick. Yep. All right, and yeah, this is getting pain in the butt. This isn't gonna work. I'm just gonna wait for these guys just to calm down. Okay. All right. Well, we need to be day, so snap my fingers. Anytime now. There we go. I was originally thinking about this location, but I don't know. I think this one looks better. Yeah, this one's gonna be our painting. I think let's do it. All right, back to real me. In addition to getting all your reference material and everything, another thing a lot of people overlook is getting multiple sources of reference material. So we're not just going to use the game. We're going to look at a bunch of different photos on Google Images, whatnot, and find out exactly how lighting actually works in places like the desert. How does it actually fall on stuff like trestle bridges, wood structures, dusty landscapes? How does the actual dust, dry, sandy kind of environment actually play with the light? So all you're going to see mainly is going to be the nice progress, the pretty, magical, amazing, lovely progress going on right over here. So yeah, I think we should get into that. We're going to start with just like a very kind of blended background to start. It's a good thing about acrylic is that it dries up really quick, so we can just paint right over it after a little bit of waiting. It's not like oil where you gotta wait weeks. Love that about acrylic. Or acrylic? Acrylic. I love that about acrylic. All right, laying in some blue here. That would be for the sky. Yeah, this part is my favorite part because it means we actually get to have something on the canvas for the first time after doing all of our homework, which I don't think anybody likes. Now at this point there is actually a bit of a Bob Ross technique going on here, using the edge of the brush to get like sort of the upper contours of the cloud sort of formations. So I'm just kind of playing around with it right now and just seeing what I like and whatever feels aesthetically pleasing to me. So we're gonna do that. And then we'll move on to doing some ground tones after. This is just kind of just vibes at the moment. Here, I'll show you a better look. All right, so this is what I got so far. Yeah, very simple, very quick inlays. Long strokes, long brush strokes across this way, and then I added some white over top to get some more definition of some individual, certain clouds and whatnot. So, yeah, let's keep going. We're gonna add some more ground darks, and we're gonna work our way up on lights. We can do lights on top of darks as long as they dried. Good thing about acrylic, like I said, dries really quick. So yeah, we can totally do that. Okay, so this brush has got really bad fraying going on in here, and it's putting a bunch of spots all over in areas that I'm not trying to put paint down. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix this real quick. Very frustrating, but hey, you know what? That's part of the game, right? Did you miss me? It's narrator Sil again. You can see I'm making the arch part of the arch. It's my favorite part as well of the painting because it's kind of the subject of the whole thing. So, all right, so lots of darks in, just a base. We're going to put all of our detail and all of our lights and all of our shadows and everything on top of all of this. So this is just like kind of laying in the color, and then we're going to add, so to speak, the detail over top. So how we're doing so far. very, very wet stuff here. So yeah, really simple. So yeah, again, using a disposable brush, really quick inlay just to get the color in there. Really liking how the colors are looking on this so far. Really gets that sheen off the really dry, sort of pale dust that makes up a lot of the pathways and whatnot. So I still use pretty cheap stuff. I mean, this is dollar store paint, right? I mean, you don't have to go crazy. I mean, but you don't have to. You don't have to. But I'm obviously insinuating that you probably should. That's kind of, yeah, do it. We're done with this disposable paintbrush. I think I might use it for cleaning my RC car or something. If you want to check that out, check out my previous videos. Now we got all of our colors in. I just kind of filled in some of the blue here because I forgot to get the sky this far down in the arch. Yeah, liking the way the darks are looking. We want to get these nice dark lines in real sharp, just start going ham. So, all right, so this section here, it's really just very simple, just loading in some darks. You can't have any lights without darks, so you gotta have the contrast. Otherwise, it won't make anything seem like you won't have any dynamic. You know, the whole point is to have the light and the dark work together. You know, make the highlights work, and the highlights also make the darks seem darker, and the darks make the light seem lighter. So, yep, everybody's included in this family. Yeah, there we go. So I was just adjusting some of the different shape of the arch to match more of what my reference was. And you just see, yeah, just laying it in here, man. Anyways, I'll shut up now. I've established where my light is coming from. I'm imagining it's coming from the right, kind of behind the camera, hitting the landscape and then causing a shadow. You got to hit here, and then on the other side is like and then you get the black on the left side, the light on the right side. Same thing here, right on the light side, dark, 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 all in here on the left side. That's curving away from us. So we got that curve. You can even see with my hand, if I use my hand here, you can even see with my hand. Lights, most of the light's coming from this side. I hold my fist here. You can see bright side on the right, dark side on the left. Same thing. Just imagine like, woo, woo. Look at that, like almost like totally disappears. Look at that. Wow. Anyway, I'm not sure how many people actually use this technique, but if you know this technique, let me know in the comments. Maybe you use it yourself. I'm not really sure, but this is what I do if I really am struggling to get a certain level of richness and brightness out of a certain section of color. What I do here is I look at, okay, well, I've got some color popping. We're going to actually lay in some white, let that dry while we work on other parts of the painting. And once that's dry, we're gonna overlay some orange and red. So I'll show you what that looks like here. So I got some highlights in here. Yeah, that's really all there is to it. All right, so now we've got all of our sections, which we know are gonna be in very bright direct contact. I keep kicking the hell out of my... So now, this is the fun part. This is where we add the oranges. Ready? Hell yeah. We could just mush that in, you know what I mean? And look at the brightness of that now. Now you can get like the direct contact with the sun. Love it. Let's get a little more yellow here, just real quick. There's a little trick I learned when I was trying to do really bright colors on things like flags and whatnot on ship paintings that I made. The flag of France, for example, instead of doing just the white in the middle, you do the white in the whole flag and then you paint in the blue and the red. Or blue and the red, I don't remember which one it is. And then you get that bright pop. You know, it's all sort of one thing, one unit. All right, really liking the look of this so far. I started going in and I started checking off all of these little ridges and little points of erosion where the water has made channels. taken the shadow section of it and started filling it with some dark. So that's what's going on here. You know, making sure that we got, you know, a good rock texture and it's not just like a blotch of color just sort of bleh on there. So thanks for that, real me, narrator me, to kind of revise what I mean by that. Right here, I'm laying in some contrast to add more of the detail shadow to enhance the three-dimensional aspect of the different erosion areas and little cutouts. All right, so this is the part of the video where I try to take this foundation and I'm going to basically use that to my advantage to make it as realistic as possible by using my other source material. Girlfriend walked in on me here. You'll notice right there. Boom. Yeah, did you see it? Yeah, you blink, you'll miss it. All right, guys, looks like we're pretty much ready to go here. I think that's right where I wanted it to be. Let's call that good. Okay, there we go. All right, guys, looks like we're ready to go here. I want to say thank you very much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Please feel free to give me a like, subscribe, whatever, if you want to see more stuff like this. I got a lot more stuff planned here, so yeah, that'd be great. Thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy these last final pics in good quality. And we'll catch you next time.